So now that there's a playable gameplay demo up of Sonic Frontiers, we have a bunch of new screenshots, footage, and details to talk about. And it's literally not even 24 hours ago that we just got a new trailer along with more details up on the Steam page. So there's a decent bit to get into, but before we get into it, hey, you there. Yeah, you watching. There's 49,000 people that keep coming back to these videos. I don't really have 49,000 subscribers. Since you guys keep on coming back, why not hit the subscribe button? It really helps out the channel, and so that way you don't have to miss anything. Thanks guys. So the first thing we have here is gameplay of Green Hill Zone in a cyberspace stage. This is apparently the first level in the entire game, and it's apparently how the game starts. You start out in Green Hill Zone 1-1. It's a very linear level, and it's actually almost exactly designed like Unleash's Windmill Isle Act 1. But of course it's linear and short. But something I notice about these stages is that they're a little bit more wide than usual, I guess. I feel like Forces was a very linear but also small space to move around in. This is a bit more wide, I guess, but it's still pretty linear. It's kind of akin to something like Sonic Adventure 2 where it's like wide linear, but I guess the difference is that Sonic Adventure 2 has a lot of obstacles and different mechanics and momentum that makes it not really matter that much. And to some, this may appear as Forces level design, and I'm inclined to say, yeah, it kinda is. Now, is it the worst thing in the world? No, I don't really think so, but I don't think it's great either. But here's what I will say, this is only the first level, and I'm not gonna say this in a way where I'm gonna eat my words later, but I hope that the levels get a bit more intricate later on. I'm not stressing about it though personally, because Sonic Frontiers to me isn't about cyberspace. They even say cyberspace is almost optional content. You don't even really have to do cyberspace to progress through this game. Cyberspace is a complement to everything else going on in the open world. Me personally, I'm not buying Sonic Frontiers to play cyberspace. I'm playing it to enjoy the open world and combat, because that's the main focus point of the game. So personally, if the levels are kind of Forces-esque and bite-sized and short, that's not too big of a problem if it's not the whole entire game like Forces was. Instead, there's bite-sized levels injected into a bigger world. I think the community is overhyping what cyberspace really is. I don't think it's the meat of the game. It's almost akin to shrines from Breath of the Wild. That's not the meat of the game, but there are a lot of them for you to do, so it's technically optional side content. As we've heard, there are many ways to get Chaos Emeralds. But with that aside, it seems like a lot of people that are getting their hands on this demo are enjoying the game, which is good. That's the biggest audience that they need to reach, is everyone who's going to be able to play the game when it comes out, rather than critics in my opinion. But in this next piece of footage, we have Sky Sanctuary gameplay. And this level is also, I'd say, pretty linear like Forces, but at least there is two pathways it seems, one top, one bottom, but it doesn't really seem that intuitive or that intricate or interesting, but it does look nice at least at Sky Sanctuary. And personally, I'm not that upset about the theme reusing that much, but I'm still interested in that highway level because I can't tell if that's supposed to be Empire City or a brand new level. And I'm hoping that there's more brand new levels rather than reused levels, but I can't really get my hopes up for that one, I guess. And then for our third piece of footage, we have a tiny little clip of Sonic chilling with the Coco, and we see a new idle animation where he has his arms crossed and he's looking around. Look, I used to be a Coco hater, but they're kind of growing on me a little bit, even though they are literally just Koroks from Breath of the Wild. I don't know, I kind of like them now. A few key details that I noticed is that the boost meter is almost shaped like the Breath of the Wild stamina meter, and it's a little circle that has boost on it. I think that's a little weird because I'm used to seeing a boost bar, but yeah, this is the new boost meter, so that's cool. We also have a few cutscene screenshots from the demo, and it's nothing serious for those of you who care about spoilers. It really isn't. It's just Sonic saying, "Where am I?" essentially. But in this screenshot, Sonic's over here saying, yeah, okay, sure, how about a little context? And then we see one with Sage floating above him. And the most interesting one is the one where there's like that voice telling him to find the Chaos Emeralds, destroy the Titans, and tear down the walls between dimensions. I'm assuming that's that other voice we heard in that one piece of footage, so I think that's definitely separate from Sage. But the last screenshot we have here of the cutscene is Sonic saying, "Key, huh? Sure beats being called a rodent." I guess that's a callback to when, whenever he's called a rodent or a rat, maybe by a Razor Jin, maybe. What I also find interesting is how we actually get to see what each mission is on a cyberspace stage throne. So all of them are confirmed to be reach the goal, clear with a rank S time, clear with 150 rings, and find all red star rings. We also get a nice little peek at the results screen. So it seems like Sonic Generations, it goes down to C rank, that's the lowest you can get. So it's either S, A, B, or C. But I like the results screen. I think it looks nice. The only thing I think that's kind of lame is that Sonic isn't on the results screen, kind of like Gens and Forces and everything else. But I still think it looks nice. We also get to see what it looks like when you get 3 vault keys, or just vault keys in general, after exiting cyberspace. And it looks like there's a little cutscene that probably plays there too. And one of the last few things we're going to talk about here is the skill tree. There's a bunch of skills that we can see here, and we can't actually read all of them because they're only on 1 at the moment. But I believe this is something we haven't seen yet. It's called Phantom Rush. And it says when the combo meter is maxed out, Phantom Rush is activated, resulting in attacks being 1.2 times more powerful. Phantom Rush lasts until the combo meter reaches 0. And we see like 4 Sonics on screen at once, and even some like after images of Sonic while hitting an enemy. So I guess that's why it's called Phantom Rush, because his clones are created, kind of like Shadow Clone Jutsu in a way. I think that's really cool. But overall, there's a ton of abilities here. There looks to be about 12 of them. And I don't know what the skills are on the right side and exactly what they do, but I'm assuming the second one on the right is probably the instant spin cycle, which is the one where we see Sonic wrap around the enemy super fast and launch them up in the air. Or it could be that one move that we also saw in the newest trailer, which is kind of similar, I guess, or it could just be the same thing, but they changed it. Which I guess leads me to believe that those are the finishers on the right side, if anything. And last but not least, we get a nice little look at the HUD. And I remember I made my own HUD mock-up, and I'd say I was pretty close. It's not super stylistic or anything, and it's a pretty minimalistic HUD, but I do like what they're going for with the simplicity. It doesn't look bad. I think the only thing that looks weird about the HUD is the bottom left with all of your, I guess, levels for your skills. I do think it's kind of odd, but it doesn't look terrible. But yeah, that's a decent amount of the new information, and there's probably going to be a lot of variations of the same kind of information because everyone's playing the same exact demo, so you're probably going to see Sky Sanctuary and Green Hill a lot. And I don't think there will be that much new stuff happening. But overall, I think the game's looking pretty alright. I don't think this is going to be the best game ever. I don't think it's going to be the worst game ever. I think this is going to be a decent game. And I just want to run around an open world as Sonic and hit stuff at this point. That's where my brain is right now. How about you guys? What about you guys in the comments? Drop your thoughts. What do you think about all this information? Are you skeptical? Are you optimistic? Are you excited? Not excited? Upset? Let me know. Let me hear all of it. And I'll make sure to see you guys in the next one.
Well, whatever happens, happens.